Alright everybody, we are going to be doing a review today of APB, APB Reloaded, All Points Bulletin. I guess we'll go ahead and open up the floor to comments and discussion.
Let's introduce people first, since this is our first review. We have Peregrine, me, which is aka Mike. We got Grey Wolf, Will, Pudley C, what's his name again? Keith?
Keith.
Thanks.
And we got,
I appreciate that.
we got Quick, also known as Mark.
But you must keep in mind, we never call each other by our first names, by like our legit first names.
That's really chill. Alright, now we all own APB and we all play APB on a somewhat regular basis. So let's go ahead and let's just talk about the gameplay, talk about what we like about the game, what we don't like.
Well, pretty much APB is a third-person shooter, originally made from Real-Time Worlds, and got picked up by Gamers First. Pretty much.
You and I both owned the original version of APB, right? Did anybody else in here own it? Did Click own it?
Click owned it.
Click owned it.
But
What do you think the difference was between the Real-Time Worlds and then APB Reloaded when it got picked up by Gamers First?
pretty much the support that Gamers First is given to the game, and the cash shop. Honestly, I hate cash shop, but it's a way that they have to. This is something they have to do to support the game. It's sad, but it's true. I don't like it, but it's what is it? An evil need.
Cash shop should be done away with. I think it should be. No, okay, not done away with. That's the wrong term.
Revamped.
Everything, what you buy should just be purely cosmetic. I don't agree with paying real money for an advantage over
I think
people.
cash shop should be for lazy people that are too busy working and can't afford to put hundreds of hours in game time. So it's just something that should make it quicker to progress.
That's how it is right now.
Well, you got
not
super.
even necessarily that. I mean,
You got gold weapons that people use that, completely outshoot any other weapon that you can buy. It's just something that they should totally think about balancing out.
But as long as people pay ridiculous amounts of money for stuff, they're not gonna balance them.
Yeah.
Because that's the draw to them.
You're always going to have those people who will do anything to have the utmost advantage, even if it's paying $75 for a virtual weapon.
but that's also why we have hackers in the game. There are quite a number of hackers who play the game. They get banned on a fairly regular basis, but they come right back the day after the ban.
I feel at this point in the video, it would be correct after what you guys just said. It would be appropriate to reference Freddie Wong's latest video.
Well,
we could put a link to that. I'll post it and let you guys copy it. But
I guess we'll put it in the comment section of the video.
Yep.
Or not comment, but the about, or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, other than Cash Shop and APB, I love APB. I think it's one of the best games ever made. Third-person shooter, plenty of game time. Sometimes the missions can feel repetitive, but
the missions are repetitive. That's why
they are, but that's what Op's for. If you have Op, then it doesn't feel repetitive. But it's that time waiting in between Op that completely sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Now, the one thing I don't like that Gamer First does do is that in RTW we had all these car parts and stuff, and we just don't have them anymore. They're somehow disappeared.
Not just that, a lot of the good weapons were taken out.
Yep.
which I guess is due to them having to put their own flavor and spin on it. Because they can't, I guess, technically reuse everything. So, but in doing so, back to the cash shop, they just have re-overpowered stuff that originally they may have not thought was overpowered.
What they need to do is get a whole group of game testers, give these items to these select people, and say, what, these weapons completely own, but it's too much. They need to drop it, or nerf it.
They already do that, but the developers are the ones that are.
You know what? What would be
that's
fun?
the problem.
Speaking of nerf and nerfing, whatever, It would be fun if APB for like a weekend or something would exchange guns with Nerf guns. That'd be kind of fun.
Or how about just make a zombie district and we
That's
just
a great
run around.
idea.
The district would be an awesome
Yep.
idea, I think.
We just run around running over zombies in our Jerichos or.
I mean, we all know that Will has enough problems with his incontinence. I mean, we don't want to throw zombies in there, or else somebody's going to have to clean that up. And the last thing you want to clean up is diarrhea from a 40-year-old man.
Okay.
Not that he's
what was
40,
that?
Still kick you out of your Pudley.
but you wouldn't do that because we get all the views because of the Pudley and all the ladies.
Back when they were gamers first acquired APB, there was talk of them doing a zombie district.
Yeah, they
were
need to do it.
supposedly in the works, but they never came out with it.
I say screw the racing district that they have rumored or that's rumoring around and just go with the zombie district.
Well, they are adding supposedly next week, I think, or the week after, chaos and racing districts. So, I mean,
Like I said, don't do the racing
hopefully-
district. That seems boring. We need zombies. Brain-eating zombies. Okay, add the racing district, but add zombies in the racing district so we have something to run over.
It could be like that old game, Death Rally. I remember there were people that would stand around the edge of the track, and if you wanted to, I mean, you don't have to. You could just run them over. That was always fun. And they made a funny noise when they went splat.
But anyway, you know what? People are probably going to be listening to this, be like, what on earth are they talking about? Let me just kind of repeat myself. APB is a third-person shooter made by RTW, now being published by Gamers First. Pretty much it's a cops and robbers type of game where you can either choose as an enforcer or a criminal. And pretty much your job is to stop the criminals if you're an enforcer or cause havoc if you're a criminal. It's an open world game. There's plenty of vehicles to drive. You can throw civilians out of their cars, steal their cars. Just pretty much an MMO Grand Theft Auto, but that'd probably be going too far saying that.
Yeah, that would be too far to say that it's an MMO.
It has a
GTA.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is,
Essentially it
world
is.
environment. Although I really wish that you could go into more buildings and hide out in more buildings, use them a little bit better.
But
I wish the game had prostitutes.
But
It really would be GTA then.
pretty much this game has a very unique character customization system. Unique radio system. It introduced a lot of cool elements into the gaming world that would be nice to see in other MMOs. Other than that,
Right, you can put your own music into the game if you have MP3 files of your music.
yep. You know what that means? You iPod users or iTunes users are out of luck. So
Not really, because if you go into iTunes and you convert your songs into MP3 format, you can go ahead and you can put those into the game, which is what I did. I transferred some of my songs into game so I could listen to my own music while I'm driving around, rather than the game's music, because let's be honest, most of the game's music kind of sucks.
I like most of the game music actually, but another thing is the customizations. I want to go back to that. Putting visualizations. I can't pronounce the word.
Just
I'm retarded.
just a footnote. Perry's drunk a lot. He's probably drunk right now.
Hey, don't make
Visualizations.
yes, those things. But no, and I'm not. So it's a rumor. Don't listen to Pudley.
First thing is denial. So let's keep that in mind.
But
If we were going to rate this game on
Wait.
a scale of 1 to 10,
9.
how would you guys rate it? Peregrine, you're good.
9.
Rate it as a
7
9.
or 8.
Click. Why a 7 or 8?
They need to start really cracking down on the hackers.
Yep, I'll give it a 10 if it had less hackers, because there are some people that are pretty noticeable.
The thing that really bugs me is when you have hackers and stuff in there, and then you ban them. They just let them recreate. Like they can keep their same name even because the account that gets banned is also deleted, and so they can just recreate a whole account, have the same name that they had before. Then they, I don't even know if they actually buy the cash shop that they have. They just really need to crack down on the hackers a little bit more.
Now, Pudley, do you rate the game? Even though you don't play this game that much. Did we lose Pudley somewhere?
No, I'm here. Yeah.
Pudley likes to come in and out
Pudley,
a lot.
how are you
so
going to rate the game? Scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Remember, you got the Pedo Bear van, so you better rate it high.
Okay, I'll give it a 8.5 for the high point. The high point being customization.
And what would you say the low point or low points are?
Hackers and sometimes the inexplainable lag. I mean, my computer can more than run it, and my internet's pretty good. So I mean, there's no reason I should be lagging.
I'd say that I'd probably give it probably a 7.5. For some of the same reasons. I don't like the amount of hackers in the game. I don't like the frequent lag spikes that you get. Some nights you'll be lagging all over the road. You're driving down the road and you eventually crash into a wall because you can't steer your car.
It's like that one time we were smoking doobies. I mean, that's how I feel.
And then there's also, there's only 2 districts, and that really bugs the crap out of me because I get kind of bored just going around the same maps all the time. I will say customization. Customization is great. I like, to a degree, I like the ops sometimes. Sometimes you run into these hackers and you really can't win against them. But overall, it's a good game that it is enjoyable to play with if you have a good group of friends and you're playing with your friends.
Yes, this game is not for the guy who has no friends.
So the lone wolf player is not going to enjoy this game.
You're not going to enjoy this game at all.
I will say this is the number one. Actually, I'm going to drop it just because of this. I'm going to re-give it a 8.58 because of this. The guns, how they shoot, they have a recoil mixed with this triangle of fire TOF. It really annoys me. They need to be either recoil or triangle of fire, not both. So, like when you're shooting, your gun goes up because of the recoil, but there's also this triangle of fire. Your crosshairs slowly expand. It needs to kind of be like Call of Duty or just a normal, game that has triangle of fire. Just the triangle of fire expands, or they give it recoil and the gun just has recoil that you have to control. The mixture of both is kind of unpleasant to deal with. So,
all right. I think
compare it to herpes.
I think we're going to go ahead and call that a wrap for the first review of APB. You can